What's going on, family? It's Robert, the Massage Mogul. First, let me say thank you once again for checking out this quick video clip. After last week's video, I got a lot of text message emails just encouraging me to continue to do some of the video blogs that I've been doing. And so today, I want to talk to you about something that's, I'm going to say a little bit taboo in our community, in the African American community, and that's men and emotional healing. And so today, I want to direct this to all my brothers out there and to all the fellows dealing with certain issues. Let me first say this, fellas, unless we start to seek some type of help for our emotions and our past hurts, we can never truly be effective in our relationships or in the world. See, we can be a good father but a horrible husband, or we can be a great husband and a horrible father, or we can be a great husband and father but a horrible provider. And all of these things stem from somewhere. I wrote a blog a couple of months ago called No More Pancakes, and it did really, really well on my blog site. And the story I shared was about my stepfather. I had to be about 8 or 9 years old. I made breakfast one morning, pancakes, grits, eggs, sausages, the works. And I remember walking up the steps into my parents' room, and my stepfather was sleeping, so I woke him up, and I placed the breakfast tray on his lap. And he sat up in the bed. He looked at me. He smiled. He didn't say much in the moment. He ate all. I placed it in his lap, and I left out. When I came back, he had eaten all of his food, and he looked at me. And for the first time that I could physically remember, he acknowledged me as a son. Now, I could be off here or there, but there was something about that moment that gave me an appreciation as a son. And me and him didn't have a close relationship growing up. And then my real father, I had no relationship with him whatsoever. He was on drugs, and so my mother kept him out of my life for the most part. And sometimes that's a blessing and a curse. Sometimes we don't need a father who's on drugs and alcohol to be in our lives. But nevertheless, as a man and as a son, fellas, you know, we still need that we still need our fathers or that older man's affirmation for our own manhood. Now, maybe you don't deal with this, but even to this day, I'm 42 years old. And to this day, I can honestly tell you, I'm still waiting. I know God is my father, and I know God takes care of me. But there's this human side to me that still longs for this older man to put his hands on my shoulder and say, Robert, I'm so proud of you, my son. There's still this longing. And sometimes I wonder, is that why I'm always pushing? Is that why I'm always grasping for the next level? Because I'm waiting for this father to affirm my manhood in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, back to my story. I remember the feeling I felt from him acknowledging me that particular day. And so this is why I'm talking about emotional healing. Now, I took that little circumstance, and over a 10-year period, I began to do works to get his attention. And then when that didn't work anymore, I started doing works to get other people's attention. And then before you know it, I'm 20 years old, still trying to do works to get affirmed as a son. And it doesn't work. And then what happens is we wind up getting into relationships, and then we want the woman to affirm our manhood. Fellas, our mothers can love us, and our girlfriends and our wives can love us, but they can never heal us from our past hurts when it comes to affirming our manhood. That is something that we have to do. And so when I finally realized this at the age of about 40, that I was still looking and searching for this affirmation as a man, I had to trace it back. Fellas, listen to me. We have to start tracing back these things that hurt us and look them eye to eye and look ourselves right in the face. We got to find out what's stopping us from building great relationships. What's stopping us from being good fathers. Listen, everything has a starting point. And I'm not saying that my stepfather was wrong in what he did, because at some point, fellas, we got to stop blaming our fathers, stop blaming our mothers, stop blaming our teachers, and take personal responsibility for everything that we do and say in our own personal lives. And that's the stage I'm at right now. And so as I begin to trace back all of these hurts and all of these pains and the thing that I began to long for, I had to stop. And at some point, I said, God, listen to me. I'm a mess. I can't be any good to my family anymore until I get myself right. The first step is acknowledgement. Fellas, we have to acknowledge the right and the wrong in our lives. We have to acknowledge the hurt of our past, and we got to come face to face with it. I'm not even going to rush with this. I'm going to do another video next week about how we can start to overcome some of these things. But today, I just want you to come face to face with you. As men, until we come face to face with ourselves, we can be of no value to the rest of the world. And it's okay. If you ugly dude, be ugly. Listen, if you a liar, acknowledge that. If you a cheater, acknowledge that. I'm not saying be perfect, but we first have to begin to acknowledge our darkness in order to get to the light. In order for God to begin to restore any past relationship or any hurt that we feel inside of ourselves, we have to first acknowledge these things. So today, I'm going to keep it real short. What I would love you to do, and I know this is kind of taboo, emotional healing for men. No, I'm not hurting. No, I'm good. Yo, dude, I'm good. No. Brothers, we hurt the same way women hurt. And a lot of times we hold on to it a lot more than what women hold on to it. And so let me encourage you to look past the pride, look past the ego. It's not being a bitch. It's not being a female. It's being real. In order for us to be effective in this world, in order for our lives to be effective, we have to first confront ourselves face to face. Michael Jackson said it the best. He said, we got to look at the man in the mirror. So today, all I'm asking is that you look at the man that you are today in the mirror. Now, if you don't desire change, if you want your life to stay the way it is, brothers, then stay that way. If you want your relationship to stay the way it is, then stay that way. But I'm talking to the person who is tired of all the BS in their life, tired of why they keep running into the same brick wall year after year after year, tired of wondering why I love this woman I'm with, but yet I'm keep chasing these other women. I'm talking to that brother. Listen, let's start here. Let's confront who we are. And next week, we'll pick up some other elements about what we can do to begin to change who we are. But today, just face yourself. I didn't like myself when I started to face myself. I had some dark areas. For all intents and purposes, in some areas of my life, I was just no good. And I was no good to no one else. But at this point in my life, I want to be effective. Not just to the world, but first to my family. And to the people who are closest to me. So if you are that brother who desires change and you are tired of the life that you've been living, take this week out. Just look at your life. Get a pen and paper. You can do it to yourself. Write everything dark about yourself. Write it down. Look at it. Read it. Throw it in the garbage. And next week we'll pick up what we can do, begin to change it. I hope this reached somebody. Remember, when passion meets purpose, success is guaranteed. I'm Robert Ballatt. Again, thank you very, very much. I'm not going to do no personal plugs. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Peace. Mogul up.